The speculation won't go away that GSP is returning at 39 years old to take on the most dominant lightweight champion in history, the man that looked up to him as a child, none other than Khabib Nurmagomedov. And, this is something that's got swept under the rug a couple times, even by Dana himself. It's a mega fight to make. Everyone realizes it's a mega fight to make. Dana has a huge ego, and the last time GSP got to come back and walk into a title fight because he's the draw, it was done on the promise that he stick around the division, he defend the title. If he defeated Michael Bisping, he was, he gave his word that he should, stick around and defend that belt. Well, GSP's the greatest of all time and does whatever he wants, so he defeats Michael Bisping, walks away from the division, rides off into the sunset. But as time goes on and, that clock ticks for GSP, he kept training after he retired and, he didn't officially retire. When he defeated, Johnny Hendricks by split decision, controversial split decision, he walked away kind of saying, I'll see you guys later. This is goodbye for now, but I don't know what I want to do. He comes back, wins the middleweight strap after a 5-year hiatus, and proceeds to retire again. And, he's only 39 years old, but he realizes that clock is ticking. He said in interviews before, when I'm training, I still feel like I'm as good as I've ever been. I feel phenomenal. When you ask me in that moment, would I like to fight Khabib? I say, absolutely, let's do it. I go home and, eat a nice meal, enjoy my nice life. And I'm just like, nah, I don't need to fight the greatest, most dominant lightweight champion of all time. But guys, I think he's talking himself into it. And the reason I think this is 40 is a big birthday for men. And I think he definitely realizes this. And he realizes that he doesn't want to look back 10 years from now and regret not taking this fight. And every time he's interviewed, he kind of has this back and forth with himself during the interview of, yeah, I feel good. I could fight Khabib, but what do I have to gain? And now I think he's realizing, what does he have to lose? If he comes back at 39, 40 years old and he's defeated by Khabib after, making an extreme weight cut that he's, a fight that a weight class that he's never fought at before. He's done practice cuts to 55. He's never made that and competed at it. So, not to make excuses for him, but if the man comes back at 40 years old, lightest weight class ever, and he gets beat by a guy that's, clearly the greatest lightweight of all time in his prime, nobody's going to shit on GSP. Nobody's going to say that he's anything less than what we thought he was before. But if he wins, if he beats Khabib, that closes the door on GOAT talk, guys. That would make him a 3-weight class world champion. That's never been done before. No one's ever even been close. No one's ever been in the position to fight for 3 world titles at 3 different weight classes. As of right now, you can make a very strong argument that GSP is the greatest of all time. And I would make that argument myself, certainly. But if he beats Khabib at this point in his career, after dropping to an all-time low weight and competing at 155, that shuts the door pretty much permanently on GOAT talk. If he defeats Khabib, someone is going to have a phenomenal career where they're a 3-weight class world champion before they're even in the conversation of being greater than GSP. Guys, I think he's edging towards wanting this fight. I think that Khabib wants this fight. I think that Khabib wants to defeat Justin Gaethje, and defeat GSP, retire 30-0, ride off into the sunset. Dana White is the only one pushing back against this a little bit, but he knows that that's the mega fight. And the reason he pushes back is because he thinks, well, you know, GSP, if he comes out there and defeats my champion, and I know he's just going to retire after he does that, well, he's killed the momentum of the lightweight division. You know, he's beaten my golden boy and retired. Now I have to rebuild the whole division. But here's the thing. Habib is always threatening retirement. Habib wants to make an even 30-0 and retire. So if they go in and Habib's 29-0 and they're fighting and Habib's like, well, you know, if I defeat GSP, I retire. And if GSP loses or wins, this is his last fight. That's like a retirement match for both of them. So regardless, the lightweight division's going to be wide open again. And if Habib retires in 2022, well, guess what, Dana White? Dollar signs just went off in my marketing side of my brain. Conor McGregor can be champion again because Habib is gone. So I definitely think this is the fight that should be made. I believe that Habib is going to get past Justin Gaethje. I think that we're going to see GSP come out of retirement somewhere in early to mid 2021. It's going to be a mega fight. You know, I'd even say, hell, let's book it in Russia somewhere. You know, you have arguably the greatest of all time going into Russia to fight the greatest, you know, Russian, greatest lightweight champion of all time. Mega fight. Regardless of who wins, they both retire. 2022, you know, we got Conor coming back. It looks like that Poirier fight has a good chance of happening. You get Conor back into the title picture. Who knows, guys? I mean, we could see Conor maybe grab that belt in 2022. You know, I think any way you look at it, it's the move to make. That's a fight I definitely want to see. GSP, you know, is a teenage/childhood hero for me. Habib is clearly the greatest lightweight of all time. Let's make that fight happen. Let me know what you guys think.